Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, theys and thems, welcome to We Like It Here podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah. To my right here, we got my boy Derek.
What's up?
And then to my right of that, we got our boy Cordell. He's going to be our guest today.
Hello. Man, that was a very official intro right there. That was legit.
Thanks, dude. And then over here on the roadcaster, we got our boy producer, the executive producer, Logan, baby.
He said, "Ooh, on the roadcast."
On the roadcaster.
We need to do a roadcast on the road, dude.
Dude, I was thinking about that. I thought it would be really fun to go to a cabin and do a couple podcasts. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That would be cool.
Go fish.
Go fish.
Play go fish in the cabin. Both.
Play goldfish while fishing in the cabin.
He's talking about goldfish.
Play goldfish
while
eating goldfish.
You know what would be really cool to do?
Huh.
Go ice fishing.
Yeah.
I think that would be badass.
Carve out the hole?
Yes.
That'd be funny.
People in like Michigan and stuff, they do that.
Yeah.
Like in the winter.
That's crazy.
They probably have to.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, people in Canada have to. There's a TV show about that where they like show people in Canada having to like hunt and do things to survive. And
are they like Inuits or like bush people?
I guess like more like bush people living in the woods. Just
that's a real thing, bro. You're looking at me like I'm being racist.
I thought it was like an Australian thing.
Yeah. It might be. I thought it was Alaskan Bushmen. It might be Australian Bushmen. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they're survivors though. Those people, if anything went down, they probably wouldn't even get affected by it. Yep. They most of them trade each other, like skins and stuff. That's how they make their money in the wintertime. It's like they're
playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in real life.
In real life.
They hunt these tiny ferrets and something out of the ferret family, and it's just little minks. Yes, and they're so tiny. It's like, would you even want to eat something that small? Like,
well, dude, it's not like
the meat.
It's the fur.
Right, they're fur trappers.
I mean, rappers rap about getting a mink.
Yeah, right.
Shit like that.
Yeah, so these guys are the guys who be making money off that, and then they build their little cabins. And honestly, it was pretty impressive what they were doing, but at the same time, I was like, you could just build, like, with the money you're getting and just build a house that'll stay for a long time. You know what I mean? You don't even have to just keep building these little rinky-dink little cabins that are going to last you 10 years. Like,
just do it once, man.
Just build it once, bro. Like, but I'm sure
that's the way of life, though.
Being on a TV show like that, I'm sure they're probably going to eventually... that was probably their idea. It was like, I'll just do this TV show one time and then I'll build a house out here.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of those shows, man, like what channel is it on? Like a lot of those shows are like
HGTV.
It's like fake as shit. You know what I mean? Like
Survivor.
You'll fucking like see like HGTV, like a couple buying a house. It'll be like, Thomas is a fast food worker at McDonald's and Kelly is a scrapbook maker, and their budget for their house is $4 million.
Yeah, no, that shit is crazy.
Or like Pawn Stars, they'll bring in some fake ass bullshit,
and they'll be like,
just stage the stupidest
shit. From the Civil War. Yeah. It's swear to God.
You know what? After learning all this history about it, I'm not even gonna sell it. So
yeah, I'm not even selling it. You're gonna lowball me. You're gonna make even more money off of me.
I think I'll keep it, actually.
I can't remember
my favorite.
The first time my grandma told me that Survivor was fake. I used to love Survivor. And then she was like, they're fucking faking that shit. She was like, they pretend that they're sleeping outside for the cameras, and then they go sleep in the tents with all the camera crews, and they got a whole setup, and she's just like roasting it. And I was like, losing my like 8-year-old mind. I'm like, no,
you're lying, you're lying, you're wrong.
Like Ozzy's legit. Like, you haven't watched it.
Rupert really speared that stingray. He did it. Yeah, the
I
fake.
could do it too.
The funniest like fake TV show was Lizard Lick Towing back in the day. Did you guys ever see that? It
Yes.
was like Cajun dudes who owned a towing company, and they would have to go get, repossessed stuff, things like that.
Yeah, no, I know the one you're talking about. All those towing shows were like that. Like there was that one, this huge lady, she's like towing this girl's car, and then she gets pushed off like a parking lot, like a multi-story parking garage. And then like at the bottom, she just like, the girl's trying to drive away, and she just comes out of nowhere and bangs through the window. I'm like, come on. Like she's like a superhero. She fell off this parking garage and then comes out of nowhere and bangs through the girl's glass. Like,
Yeah, all those shows are set up for the views.
set up, yeah.
What's your favorite TV show?
Right now or just in general?
Just in general.
Man, I would say Hunter x Hunter is my favorite TV show that I've ever,
You've ever seen?
maybe not.
Out of
Probably.
everything, like
Out of
live
everything,
action,
right,
everything.
Including anime.
Including anime, but like that's why I think Hunter x Hunter really is my favorite show right now for sure.
Hell yeah.
I mean, and I haven't like gone through it just a bunch of times, like, but there's a bunch of good shows that are coming out right
Dude,
now.
probably-
I feel like even that I've been watching lately. So it's like I just like anime. I think right now anime is probably my number one type of show to watch, and so finding like different and better animes all the time makes me feel like that's probably why Hunter x Hunter is my favorite TV show.
Mhm.
But there's definitely a bunch of live action shows that like, with real actors that I've enjoyed too.
Dude, I'll be honest, like my favorite TV show has definitely got to be Breaking Bad. It's the
Really?
only, it's
That's
the only
absolutely like
it's
probably
the
my
only it's the only TV show that I've watched more than 2 or
right.
3 times.
I can watch that anytime. That's out of like a
And, like,
TV show with real actors, like that's not an anime. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
it's
like that
n-
or The Sopranos more.
Sopranos
but both
is
of them
so
are
good.
great.
And The
if it's
Sopranos
not
is
anime
up
for
there
me,
too.
it's South
Yeah.
Park and The Sopranos. Even though South Park's animated, but it's not anime.
South Park's funny as shit.
Anime,
South
I
Park
think
is funny as
probably the
shit.
most enjoyable watch for me. That's like my favorite. Is Death Note. Like I can watch Death Note like right now, and it would be
Yeah.
enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah, dude, I got Death Note on Blu-ray. I had to get it because you can just watch it anytime.
Yep.
It's so rewatchable.
It really is. You're
You'll
like, fuck.
pick up on something that you didn't see the last time you watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even how Breaking Bad is. I feel like sometimes you're just like, especially now that people have released so many things that are like,
Yeah,
Easter
dude,
eggs
the
and-
color theory is like a really cool thing to look into in Breaking Bad. Like that's a really cool thing to look into. Like every character was assigned a certain color to wear at the beginning of the show, and some of them change throughout, and the colors that they wear like represent different things that are going on in the show or different
Yeah.
feelings that they might be feeling at the time.
Hell
right.
yeah.
I guess I could see how Walter wears like white shirts, to work every day.
Yeah,
when
at the
he's a school
beginning he's
teacher.
wearing tan and things like that.
and then it's always dark. At
And
the
then
end.
at the end he's
yeah, that makes
And-
that makes so much sense. I never really picked up on that, but
Yeah,
I can
and,
definitely even just notice that
purple
one
is
thing.
the color of royalty, and Skylar's sister thinks that she's better than everybody else, and that bitch's house is purple, and she's decked out in purple all the time. It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool whenever you look into it because a lot of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse's character definitely was wearing black early on.
Black
wearing
and
baggy- Yeah, and
Black and
baggy
red and like
clothes.
yellows and stuff like
and
that.
then he like was wearing a white T-shirt and stuff when he was captive.
Yep, because he was like pure. He was viewed
Mhm.
as like a pure guy at that point
Wow,
in time.
the movie in that really just like totally.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie is the fact that the guy who played Todd was fat as fuck during the
Yeah.
movie. It was so
Yeah.
funny.
I didn't understand if that was like something they did on purpose or.
No, he was. I think he was in like a Scorsese movie or something like that. And like, you're not gonna fucking not do what Martin Scorsese tells you to do if you're gonna be in one of his movies. You know what I mean? I'm sure Vince Gilligan was just doing what the fuck he had to do. Just like, all right, I guess you do weigh 300 fucking pounds, dude. Like,
Yeah, I thought Todd was the most cringy character. He was really hard to watch and a lot of that, but it was like on purpose. I
he's
feel
a
like.
sociopath.
Right, exactly, and that's what I mean. It was just hard to watch because he's just like the worst.
He's just an emotionalist sociopath. That's what
Mhm.
he is. That's just his character. I mean, one of the first times we see him on screen, he kills a child.
Absolutely.
He just shoots a fucking child.
You don't know anything about this guy, and he's just like, psh, was
Yep.
I not supposed to do that?
Yep. And Walter's just like, well, he's a good asset to the team. We got to keep him around.
Yeah.
I guess Jesse, you go help him bury the child.
Well, see, Todd was definitely the product of his upbringing too, like being that his uncle was the leader of like the Nazis. And
I mean,
like,
that's what you would think, but sociopaths are born sociopaths.
Oh, absolutely, that too. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
And I don't know, man. That's something that I'm not even going to talk about. I don't have a fucking doctorate in psychology. I'm not going to fucking talk about it.
Right.
Bro, this is the worst scene in the fucking whole movie.
Where he's just losing his mind.
Yeah, well, when they like have him like they gang up on him and they like beat the shit out of him and his girlfriend. And
Yeah,
just,
no,
like,
that is that is
rip her shirt
crazy,
off. That
right?
shit's fucked, man. No, that's actually the second worst. The worst part is like later, whenever he like,
Yeah.
he crushes her.
Yeah. This is Kanye West's favorite movie, dude.
It is,
Dude, the absolute best part of this movie is whenever the end and Akira like takes him into that like other universe, and he's just like, come with me, like he's like, it's okay.
You're good, dude.
Everybody's so worried about what Akira is gonna do in their universe after they started like all this shit, and then like he takes him and like creates like a whole universe for him to where he can just be okay.
Yeah, the end of this movie is a mind fuck. This movie is just a mind fuck.
Absolutely.
This movie was way ahead of its time, man. Like as far as like the kind of stuff that it was tackling.
Mm-hmm.
There's some wild stuff.
It's true.
This movie came out in like 84 or something like that.
Yeah, there's a million ways you can like put this story into other stuff that's come out since.
What do you think the worst day of your life was?
No.
Nah, dude, tell me. Come on, rack your fucking brains.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I tell you, the worst day of my life, dude. I never had a worse day. I've always had good days in my life.
Dude, why are you lying?
You want to know a pretty bad...
You're either lying or a sociopath.
a pretty bad day for yourself, I feel like, is if you shit your pants. And one time I shit my pants at like 16. I was really sick, and I'd taken a bunch of medicine. Nobody was home, and I fell asleep with all my clothes on, just like in my bed. And then like I shit so much that it had got into my bed chunks, and I woke up in just a pool, and I was like, man.
You shit the bed?
And I laid there, woke up for like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, why am I all wet? Like, and then I'm like, I've been sweating. That's what it is. And then like I like started
You've been
smelling
sweating chocolate.
I started smelling it. I was so
Out your
sick.
ass.
I was so sick, you know? Like I was like running a fever. I don't remember what I had. Like I didn't get sick very often, but I was sick for like a week. And like, man, I shit all over myself in my bed. And then like I was like, Mom, I need a new bed. Like there's shit stains in my bed. And my mom was like, it's not a big deal. Like, you know, I had called her while she was at work. And then she got home and she was like, you're going to have to get a new bed.
You shit through the bed.
It was 4 hours of me laying in my own.
It was like diarrhea.
Diarrhea, yeah, I was sick.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it was the worst. Yeah, that was probably like a very bad day.
Was it like a twin?
That would be the worst day.
Was it a twin bed?
No, it was like a full-size bed.
It was
And it was a bed that I had had my entire life, really.
So there was just like in the middle, like a fucking like sinkhole in the middle that it all just pulled in.
I think what happened is I ended up getting my sister's bed from college, and she got my sister and my mom like got my sister a new bed, and like I had to throw that bed away, but I had like still an old ass bed after that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you really shit the bed on that one. Didn't
And I was way too old to be shitting myself, but yeah, that was probably the worst
I've shit
a
my
bad
pants,
day.
but
I
not
wouldn't
like
say it
that.
was the worst day, but I don't know if I can recall just the worst day off the top of my head that I would want to talk about.
Yeah, I can think of some bad days I just don't want to talk about. I'll talk about when I shit my pants. That's fine. It was a bad day. Like I was like,
I'm gonna title this episode "Cordell Shit the Bed."
The first ever episode where you announce your guest, and you're gonna
You're gonna tell everybody Cordell shit the bed featuring Cordell.
that's rough, man.
Yeah, it is.
It was a rough time, man.
Now
and
you
you
tell
know
us
it's
about whenever you shit the bed, Derek.
All right, I was a freshman in high school, and we like went on this basketball trip, and we went to this stadium, but we went to this pizza place before we went there, and it was a really good pizza place, and it's like Chicago style deep dish, so it's fucking good as fuck. But there's a lot of it, and what's cool about this place is that you will have to go to the bathroom before you leave. Like that's just how it is. And I didn't know this was my first time ever eating pizza here, so I ate so much pizza, had like the fried mushrooms and everything. Everybody goes to the bathroom at the end. I'm pissing. I'm like, oh, dude, it would be so funny if I like have a big fart right now. And because I felt one coming up, so I lifted up my leg and just go, but it wasn't a fart, bro. It was like everything coming out at that time. And I was like, whoa, dude, that wasn't good. I think I shit myself. So like I get in the fucking stall and I definitely shit myself. And I'm like trying to wipe it up. Like I'm trying to like wipe it up with the toilet paper, and I like make a diaper for myself out of the toilet paper because I still had to go to the fucking basketball game after this. And so like they almost left me on the bus too. I was just taking forever trying to wipe my shit up, and I made the diaper. I go get in the bus. They're like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? We're about to leave. And I'm like, dude, don't even ask.
You made a fucking diaper, dude. You fucking sumo wrestled her up and fucking said, I'm going to wear toilet paper underwear.
Yeah, bro.
You didn't just go commando. You said, I'm going to wear toilet paper underwear,
bro.
I'm going to make sure fucking tissue paper sticks to my sweaty ass.
I'm sitting there for
about
hours,
to go play
bro.
basketball has been sitting on the bus.
I didn't play it. Thank God I didn't play it. I wasn't playing.
Crumbs of sweaty toilet paper were just falling out of the bottom of his pants all night.
I'm like, dude, I think I'm going to go get some Dippin' Dots,
Did
bro.
you smell like shit?
Bro,
I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. I
You
was
kept
like,
asking, do I smell like
you guys
shit?
smell something?
Dude, they were all being nice. Like, Derek smells like shit today.
oh, fuck. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think the worst time I ever shit myself was probably in 8th grade. We went to go see Scream 4, and I was sitting there, and, like, I kind of felt, a rumble in the tum, And I was like, fuck, dude, that doesn't feel right. And so I, like, got up in the movie, and I'm trying to, like, walk past people, bro. Like, it's a full movie, bro. Like, dude, my ass is in people's faces, and I'm shitting my pants. Like, as I'm, like, walking past them, like, no joke. There's no chance that they didn't smell me shitting my fucking pants, bro. There's no chance. And I just go to the bathroom and I shit through my underwear, dude. I like called my mom. I was like, I'm at the movie theater at the ball. I shit my pants. And I was supposed to go to this dude's house to like stay the night afterwards. And I didn't end up going to stay the night. Me and this guy did hang out for another 3 or 4 years after that. I shit my pants in everybody's face, bro.
He knew.
He said Jeremiah's a big fraidy
Did you just like
cat.
leave and not say bye to him? You just like dipped out?
No, I watched the rest of the movie with them, and then they took me home. They were like, "Hey, you're still wanting to come over?" I was like, "No."
No thanks, man.
Bro, that's terrible. You were a bigger kid in high school until...
Dude, I was huge.
You're walking around like this big
I was
kid.
built like a fucking upside down pear.
Yeah,
I was built like an upside down butternut
walking
squash,
past-
bro.
walking past all these people with shit in your pants.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is this Gumby looking motherfucker walking past me shit in his pants? Like,
Yeah, I think everybody has a shit in their pants story at least, once in their life. And then I've heard that most people get that same experience as an adult as well.
not.
So it's like maybe we're not done. Like maybe this is gonna happen again.
dude,
Yeah,
you're
what
gonna
part
shit
two?
your pants when you're like
So
50s, probably.
my brother-in-law lost his
True.
gallbladder and they had to remove it. And
Does he got a bag?
no, but
No,
he
thank
has to
God.
when he has to go to the bathroom, he has to go to the bathroom now. And so he
Yeah.
doesn't really have a choice to hold it. And so it's like this is also the kind of person who like would never have gone to a public bathroom and still like you would never imagine would, but like he doesn't have a choice now. And like he's told me a shit in your pants story and like it was just like I can only imagine just having that problem and then just like knowing that like this could happen all the time. Like
God.
I'll be honest, I knew a guy who was scared like of pooping at school. And whenever I found it out, I just was like, bro, Why are you afraid of pooping at school? Why are you scared of like pooping in a toilet not at your house? Like literally scared of it, bro. Like wouldn't go to school because you had anxiety about having to poop in like the possibility of even having to go to the bathroom.
They don't clean it right. They don't do it.
They don't clean it right. And somebody might come in. They might put their head under the door and say, "Ha, I caught you shitting. Ha, you were shitting."
I used to be that kid in high school who'd be like, when someone was taking a shit, like, "Oh my god!"
Dude, we were kind of devious in high school. We did stupid shit in high school. We put ketchup packets under the toilet seats. There was a guy that I was friends with who would wipe his ass and roll the toilet paper back up. Dude, devious shit.
No.
Devious, devilish, sacrilegious, pagan shit was going on in my friend group. Yeah, dude, fuck would do that shit. Would wipe his ass and roll it back up.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
It's like wipe, dude. At our high school, there was shit on the walls, bro.
Dude, that was every high school. There was a million bathrooms at the high school that I went to, like, because there were so many buildings, and then every bathroom you went into was still just as gross as the next one. There would be shit on bathrooms, and people would put shit on like handles. like nobody cared, like, at all. Like, our school would get in trouble. They'd be like, "You can't be doing this. The janitors don't deserve it." Like,
bro, literally my senior year, somebody took a poop. I don't know why you would do this. Grabbed it and literally put it, on the handle of the toilet, like the toilet that they just did it in. I'm like, why?
Dude,
I'm gonna wash my hands anyways.
Okay,
dude.
here's a really funny story about me and Mason at high school. Me and Mason were in band in high school, and we were waiting at school after school for the football game. So we were waiting until like 5 o'clock or something like that to ride to the football game and warm up and play with the band. And we went to Taco Bell after school and then came back to the school to wait. And we were like hanging out outside the school, and our band director was like, "All right, before I lock up, does anybody need to go to the bathroom or anything like that?" And I was like, "No, da-da-da-da-da." And so, we're waiting there for probably 40 more minutes or something like that. And it just starts like, Mason's like, "Dude, I really got to shit." And I'm like, "Okay." And so we walk over to the football fields, into like the football fields bathrooms, and the doors are locked. Like, we're trying like so hard to open these doors. And he's like, "Dude, they're locked." And so I'm like, "Dude, like, how bad is it?" You know what I mean? And he's like, "Man, like, I got to go now." And I'm like, "Well, there's a trash can right there." And so he pulls down his pants and just starts shitting in this trash can, bro. And I'm just sitting there like watching shit come out of Mason's ass, and I start laughing so hard, bro. And my stomach just starts rumbling because I'm laughing so much. My big fat belly's jiggling, you know what I mean? And I'm like, "Holy fuck, dude." I was like, "I have to shit now," like diarrhea shit. So Mason's pulling up his pants, and he's like wiping his ass with his white t-shirt. Okay.
No.
Wiping his ass with his white t-shirt. And so I start like shitting in the toilet, and I look in front of me, and Mason's staring down at my dick, and he's laughing because I'm pissing at the same time I'm shitting. And so I take off my undershirt because I was a fat kid in high school. I always wore t-shirts. I take off my undershirt. I start wiping my ass with it, And we look up in the corner, and there's a camera up there, panned right down at the trash can where we're shitting. And I look at Mason. I go, "What are we gonna do?" And I made him go back to the school the next day and take the trash bag out of the trash can. And he fucking put it in the trunk of his car and took it to the gas station down the road from the school. and put it in the dumpster there because we were so afraid that somebody would find like our shitty shirts and like the shit in the trash can and be like, "What kind of scoundrel shit in the trash can?" And like look at the cameras
and catch you guys.
and like literally see us like hunched down shitting in a trash.
Oh, my God,
fuck.
dude.
Honestly, dude, that's probably my worst shit story.
That's probably my worst shit story right there.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
That's a nightmare, huh?
Please, look at the cameras, please.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I think before we I think actually whenever we saw the cameras, we like tossed the bag into a field and like I had so much anxiety about it. I texted Mason the next morning. I was like, dude, I said, I bet they mow that field out there. I said, you gotta go grab that bag. And so Mason went back the next day and grabbed this bag full of shit, bro. And fucking put it in the trunk of his car.
He did it.
He's an idiot.
I'm glad he did it.
This shit was so funny. Oh, fuck. You like being tickled?
No,
No.
I hate being
I hate it.
I hate it. Like, it's not fun.
Why don't
and
you like being tickled, bro?
It's not funny either. Come on.
I'm not laughing because it's funny.
What about being tickled is not funny?
Bro, like after a while it starts to hurt, and then whenever the person tickling you doesn't stop, still you're just like, fucking stop,
You don't want,
dude.
You don't want a big-breasted woman to strap you to a table and tickle you.
No, never. She
That
could
would be
do.
the
She could do a
worst
lot of other things to me on the table, but not
Worst
tickle
experience of my life right there is what you just described.
Me. That happened to
Do you
me.
guys know those things like that? That you hold the handles on the side and then you go like you could lean all the way back and stretch your back out type of deal.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just imagine like one of those that just goes all the way around and keeps going, and so it like like strapping someone to that just keeps spinning him and just like not stop. Do you think you could die from that? Just being spun continuously.
Probably.
Someone being like,
After
dude,
a long
I'm not.
time.
I will never stop spinning you.
Eventually you start puking, dude.
I mean, eventually all your blood would go out to whichever way that you're spinning, you know?
Dude, that sounds like a torture device, like from the medieval times. Like,
Like a windmill or something.
Ugh. No thanks.
This sounds awful.
can you believe they would make people stand in those like stocks, like with their neck and their head, and they're just like bent over basically to where they can't like quite bend down.
Dude,
but,
how
like,
much
can't
free
stand
use
up.
do you think went on?
Bro? All kinds, man, all kinds.
Come on, bro.
All kinds.
Come on, bro.
Those people were tortured.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Bro, one of the things that like about like ancient torture shits that fucks with me is the bulls, where they would like put you inside the bull and like heat it up, like put a fire underneath it and heat it up.
Oh, yeah, like it's like a bronze bull.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
I've just like that shit keeps me up at night.
Like-
You had nightmares about that.
Describe this one more time. What
He
is
said,
it?
bro, I
so
had
it's like-
nightmares about being
it's
shot.
like-
So it's like
It's a metal thing. It's not like a live animal. It's like a metal cast of like a bull or whatever.
it's hollow inside.
Yeah, and then it's hollow, and then they put you in it, and they heat that up, and so
Oh, right.
basically, literally everything around you
You're
is
just like cooking.
yeah.
Yeah, you basically turn
Just
into
put
stew.
you in
Huh?
an oven, basically.
Yeah, they basically make you liquid.
I don't think you turn to stew.
I don't know.
I mean,
You probably burn up for sure.
that would happen, bro.
You'd brown. You would just turn into a black
they
hard
make-
piece of like
They make
onion.
it to where
Turn
you
to
come out
stew,
the
bro.
bull's asshole. Like when you get turned into stew, it comes out the bull's ass.
Well, you're in a bowl, so I mean, everyone's got a boiling point, right?
Yeah,
so
I
you
guess
would
so.
eventually stew, right?
It's really stew.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Right.
Dude.
So if you're in,
You got me thinking about the temperatures of how you would cook people. You stop.
Stop.
It. Yeah, I'm trying to think logistically about that. What's going on with this? What temperature would that be?
so imagine you fall into like lava, right? Do you just like harden up, you know, or are you like gonna be?
Yeah, how long?
Or is that hot enough to stew?
Dude, if you
Like-
fell, if you fall in lava, how long do you feel that fucking lava for before you're done?
Well,
Dear God.
I don't know. That's a good point. Well, you know, Schmiegel. You know,
Yeah.
This motherfucker's still reaching for the ring.
Yeah.
He said, dude, well, you know, we're talking about real life, but this guy in the fantasy, Lord of the Rings,
It's
In
basically
real-
the same.
I mean, in real life, I don't think they're testing it too much. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. If
I'm
like-
sure there's people that have fell into lava though.
I'm
before.
sure, yeah. But do we have records of where
Can
they
we
really-
interview those guys and see what's up?
Is anyone from Pompeii giving interviews?
if you know somebody who's fallen in lava, please email us at welikeitherepod@gmail.com. We'd love to talk to you.
Make that email
Have a
afterwards.
I already have it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, welikeitherepod@gmail.com once again. But yeah, go ahead and send that over. We want to talk to somebody who's either fallen in lava or somebody who knows somebody who's fallen in lava. We want to see what the deal with that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll bring you
Yeah,
out.
any information that we can get.
There's got to be a registry online.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We'll make it.
Man, whenever I was tripping on DMT, the initial like experience of like people changing around me, they started changing like almost as if they were like these teddy bears in this movie, like how they had like I could see where all their like lines basically like where all their parts connected and they were kind of like square,
Yeah.
and then immediately changed into like full just like forms of lines where it was like just like a single like color of whatever they were wearing. It was insane. Then I was like, hey, I should close my eyes.
Yeah.
Man, every time I closed my eyes, whenever I was on 3 hits of acid, it was worse. It was like I was seeing the sacred shapes, I think they're called, or some shit like that.
Like sacred geometry.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. But I would open my eyes, and everything in the physical world was also sacred geometry. Like I could see, whatever was in front of me, but it was all made out of sacred geometry.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people have
that's
that
sick.
experience
That's
actually, like
That's
on
not
acid
sick,
and
bro.
DMT.
It's not sick like waving your hand across your vision and then like what you feel like was 10 minutes ago you waved your hand across your vision, you're still seeing 1,000 fucking hands behind it. Like, you know what I mean? It was like living in a pixelated world. It was not fun. It was living in a pixelated world for 8 fucking hours, dude.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
not fun. And what made it that way was watching Wreck-It fucking Ralph, dude. I watched Wreck-It Ralph and I heard John C. Reilly's dumbass voice, dude. I love John C. Reilly, but nobody sounds like a simpleton better than that guy.
Yeah,
nobody
right.
can sound like a simpleton better than John C. Reilly.
He plays
bro.
a simpleton in so many.
And so I was watching Wreck-It Ralph, and I'm watching the credits, and I'm hearing John C. Reilly talk, and I look over at Wesley, and I'm like, bro, am I retarded? Like, am I retarded? And also, we've been watching this movie for long enough. When's it going to be over? He's like, dude, the credits just got done rolling. Like, we just started the movie. It's not going to be done anytime soon. Like, I heard Wreck-It Ralph's like little story about what he does in his game, and I was like, all right, that's the movie. I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'll watch Wreck-It Ralph. And then after that, it got worse. The screen started to break away, and everything became pixels, bro. Because that beginning of that movie is like 8-bit
Yeah.
or 16-bit or some bullshit.
You want to watch another movie that'll do that to you, bro? Me and Mason took 2 hits and watched Zoolander.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that movie was just like that, man. I'm just like, am I stupid, bro? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Like, dude, I'm actually an idiot. I'm actually not smart at all.
What's going on, dude?
I actually have the mind of a 5-year-old, and
Just
I need to
does
be
the faces into the camera. I'm
institutionalized.
like, whoa. He did the face, bro.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
Blue
man.
Steel, bro. He did Blue Steel.
Me and a friend of mine watched Mulan on acid, and it got really serious.
Really?
Yeah, whenever the bad guy showed up, it got so fucking serious. It was too intense. He had that fucking crow or that raven or whatever he's got, man.
Yeah.
He sent it out, and I said, "This is not it, dude."
Dude, have you seen the Mulan live action?
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
is it a turd?
It was a turd. I loved Mulan, as a kid, but man, whoa, that was like,
Dude, most of those live actions are turds. Like The Lion King's a turd. That's a turd.
Mulan kind of reminded me of the Mortal Kombat movie that came out recently. Like that's kind of what it reminded me of. Well, no, hold on. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
I think a live action that's kind of underrated is the Ghost in the Shell live action that came out in 2015.
With Scarlett Johansson?
Bro, I watched that. Me and Levi watched that when we took like
And
half
that-
of that strip, and that shit was fucking crazy.
Have you watched it since then?
I've not watched it since then.
You should probably watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
before you. Yeah.
Start promoting.
I think it was crazy, man.
There's a lot of movies that I've seen on acid or like just tripping in
then
general.
you go
that
watch them again
right.
and you're like,
I'm
dude,
like, this
I'm
is
an
not the
idiot.
same
Yeah.
experience. Yeah. Austin Powers
Like-
is one of those movies I can't really watch
I
it
used
like
to-
anymore, but I used to watch it. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
then when I watched on acid, I was still like, man, I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, I used to leave notes to myself on acid because I thought it was the most profound thing ever. I
It
would
was just
leave
stupid
notes in my
shit.
phone, and the next day I would like be like, "Damn, dude, I was really thinking hard. Like, let me go back and read what I said," and it would just be shit like, "You need to try harder." It's like nothing that's profound. It's just shit that you already know.
Yeah.
It's just shit that you already know that it makes you realize. That's what it is.
Right.
It's shit that you push to the back of your brain, and the drugs are like, no, you need to take care of this or else
Right
you're
now,
fucked.
You're fucked, dude.
And you better figure it out within this 8 hours that I have a hold of your life, or else you're a piece of
immediately,
shit.
immediately after the trip is over, you better get it all done now.
And then
Yep.
immediately after the trip is over, you're like, I need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
I need to go to sleep.
And then
bro.
that come down, bro. I just remember like taking acid and watching the sun go up so many times and just being like, yeah, dude, I'm a better person because of that. And it was like, no, not really. Like, you just fucking took drugs all night, but okay. You just like had a really crazy experience. You just watched 4 movies with your friends. Like, you're not a better person because of that.
Bro, I've seen so many movies. I'm such a good dude.
Yeah, I'm such a good guy.
I'm
I saw
such a
that
good
movie
dude. I've
on
seen
acid,
so many
dude.
movies. God.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is every time like we used to trip acid as a group, it also was like, oh, let's get something to distract us the whole time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's not really what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say watching movies on acid is a good time.
It is a good time, but
It's not like, yeah, I know what you mean.
there's times whenever you're watching movies on acid, and acid is like, dude, you might be watching this movie, but that's not what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel
One of
it.
the worst things, though, that I did watch while I was on acid one time, Kyle and I watched The Last Airbender. Not the live action, but the actual cartoon.
Yeah.
And the initial like few episodes of that are so all over the place, and like the animation is so all over the place, and so it makes you trip like way harder. I feel like they just didn't have a good grasp of what kind of animation style they were gonna do yet. So like they were just like they were making almost like Teen Titans Go, I feel like, and I never noticed it was like that until I was tripping. I never knew how bad those first few episodes animation was, and then I was like, wow. This is a show I don't want to watch anymore.
Damn, dude. It's a good show.
It is a good show. I'm not hating on it, but it definitely got so much better as it went on. If they would have had a better grasp, I feel like in the first season of what they were gonna originally do with it, I feel like it would have made a lot more sense and been better.
I have no dog in this fight, bro. I've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I know that's like sacrilegious or whatever, but like,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
You gotta go home and watch that right now.
yeah.
I'm home, bro.
All right,
I'm home, bro.
That's
And
step one.
in a movie that I've seen 12 times is on the TV right
That's
now,
right,
and I have no complaints about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely
I feel
not.
like Avatar is just one of those shows that like certain people are sacrilegious about it, and then certain people just feel like they really, you know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the same. That's like the same thing. Whenever you guys tell me that you haven't seen Dragon Ball Z, like
Yeah, I feel
Logan
that.
and
Yeah.
Cordell, like that's
I've seen a lot of
that's
Dragon
the
Ball Z,
original,
though.
bro. Like that's the original Naruto. Like that's why Naruto's able to be fucking Naruto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Naruto was born in the Dragon Ball Z universe.
No, bro. I'm talking about
At the end of
that.
Dragon Ball Z,
Like,
Naruto's
it
born.
was the first shonen, bro. Dragon Ball Z was the first shonen.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. I love Dragon Ball Z. I just haven't been able to go through it all the way because it's so long.
It's not
Yo,
long.
watch Kai. It's not that long.
I have almost all of Kai.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, after the fucking podcast, we can go to fucking Bench Talk and get the rest of it.
Dude, I have Crunchyroll, and it's about to have everything from Funimation on it starting like March 10th. So
Well, Kai might be different.
Bro, there's a website called Zoro.to, and it's got every anime, and it also tells you which of the episodes are filler or not, and that is the shit.
Yeah, but Kai is Dragon Ball Z with no filler. Yeah. That's what it is.
yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I used to watch it when I was young for sure, but back before I knew anime was anime, but I never gave Naruto a chance or like One Piece or anything that had like.
Dude, I just can't get
going.
into One Piece because of the art style. I hate it.
For me, One Piece is like, it just takes so long because they're like, oh, we're going to a new island. Oh, here's all the characters and all their backstories on the island. Oh, finally, here's the conflict, and then get
it's
to the
like
climax.
at this point, there's like what 1,500 episodes of One Piece or something like
and
that.
it's the same formula every fucking 100 episodes.
It's not quite done yet either, huh?
Yeah, like I have no interest in that.
They're not even going.
It's like the Simpsons of anime.
yeah, right.
That's what One Piece is.
The Simpsons.
But I mean, I guess the same could be said about Dragon Ball Z
No,
because
I
that's
loved
still
One Piece as a
being
kid.
made.
Right. Absolutely. But I mean, I wouldn't say that I could really say One Piece isn't good just because I haven't seen all 1,500 episodes like some people, and apparently it does get really good at the end. So
People
I've
who
been
have seen
trying
all
to
the
go.
episodes love it too.
I've been trying to go through it. I kind of agree with like I don't really like the art style, but like there's a lot of animes that I feel like the art style changes as it goes on.
Yeah, dude, that's just why I fuck with JoJo so much.
it
Is
also-
like you get a whole
I can't get into JoJo. So.
you get a whole
No
story in
way.
40 episodes, bro. That's why it's the best. You get a whole story in like 40, 50, 60 episodes, and then it's on to the next thing, and you're like,
It's
all
a
right.
long story too.
Yeah, exactly. And like there's enough to be in depth and to go in about every character, and you're like, damn, I actually feel for this character.
But
you know what I mean?
Do you watch in English or Japanese?
Japanese.
No, Cordell.
Oh yeah, I watch sub.
So yeah, then you'll like JoJo maybe because they say the band names like the rock band.
Yeah,
names.
I've heard you guys say that. I just have never been able to get into it. Like I've tried to start it a few times. There's a few animes though that I've started and then I've just moved on to other stuff.
I mean,
that it's
honestly,
not like
with-
I'm never gonna watch it. I just
Yeah.
am,
With
like probably
JoJo, you
won't.
don't have to start with part 1.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. I mean, you can, but like you could start with.
There'll just be
part-
references that you don't get.
I've been
Three.
watching a lot of animes lately that are like not really arced animes as much
You
as
hear
they're
this?
just like quick
Have
stories
you
that are
seen-
like a few episodes. I just finished The Legend of Vox Machina.
Hell yeah.
And it was kind of like a little more raunchy, like just goofy anime. The art style was not my favorite on that one.
Have you seen Kill la Kill?
No, I don't think so.
It's a good one, man. You should watch that.
I started that one, but I haven't finished it.
Bro, it gets funny. It's funny.
I still have a
It's good
list
one.
of stuff that I want to, like,
It's like interesting
into.
and it's funny too sometimes. So it's like hell yeah. It gets good. That one, Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is fucking so good. If you guys haven't watched that one, you need to watch it.
It's a mech anime.
It's a quote unquote mech anime, but it's like it is a mech anime. It's a real mech anime, but it's not like traditional mech animes. It's different. I don't know. I don't like mech animes, and I love Gurren Lagann. So good.
The best thing about tonight's that we're not fighting. Could it be that we have been this way before? You guys remember that fucking song?
Yeah.
You remember that one, Derek?
I actually don't.
I guess you never rode the bus and listened to the radio, huh?
Yeah. That's a good point. His mom was dropping him off every day.
Yeah, his mom dropped
No, it
him
was my
off.
dad that dropped me off, and we listened to fucking the rock station.
Oh, what'd y'all
yeah.
listen to?
MOKD.
Everyone's watching to see what you would do.
And they had a guy on there who's Dick Lexia, and that was his thing. Was he would like say things backwards because he had dyslexia. That was the joke. So he would call it MOKD. He'd be like the butt fucking shit. He would be funny, you know.
Oh, he was
Funny.
hilarious.
He was a funny guy.
Was it the Futt Bucking show?
The foot bucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fudd Ruckers, you know, kind of.
Yeah, butt fuckers.
Butt
Fucking
fuckers.
show.
And that's
There
what
was
it is
this-
in Idiocracy. It's called butt fuckers.
There was this guy on
Let's
the
go to
radio
butt fuckers and get a burger.
on KMOD when I was young. There was a guy on the radio who would like call people and pretend to be like wanting to fight him. He'd be
Was
like,
it Roy D. Mercer?
I think that's
Yeah,
the guy.
bro. That was, I was
R.I.P. to-
Roy D. Mercer.
R.I.P. to Roy D. Mercer, man.
Yeah, did he die?
He
He
did
died.
die. He did
Fuck,
die, man.
man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He'd be like, and I'm gonna come on down
I'm gonna come
there and
whoop
I'm
your
gonna whoop
ass.
your ass.
I'm gonna open a can of whoop ass on you.
And my girlfriend told me that you were talking sweet on her, and I'm gonna come down there and whip your ass.
yeah, that was always like one of the best things when I was young was listening to that guy. In the morning, I think he would do it, and then he would do it like on the way home. So it was like on the way to school, sometimes I'd catch it, and then sometimes I'd catch it on the way home, just perfect.
Bro, it was when I first started going to school, it was like a good like 20-40 minute drive like to the school. So that's what we would listen to, and it would always be him, Tom Brokaw, the dude who would give you the good Christian message of the day. And every day my dad would say, "Thanks, Tom."
Dude, whenever I first started going to school, I was living in Arkansas, and it was like a good 35-40 minutes away to go to school. And like my mom would just have like classic rock on the whole time, like, but it would always be like she just had CDs back then, and it'd be like Heart. So we'd listen to like a whole CD of Heart, like on the way to school, and then the next day she would do it again, like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember listening to so much Heart growing up.
I was thinking about how cars used to have like 5-6 like CD changers.
Right,
You could put
yeah.
like 5 or 6 CDs.
I
in a
remember my
car.
dad lost a lot of CDs that way.
Yeah.
Like, he would be
They
so mad.
never worked.
Yeah.
Like they would just quit rotating,
Yeah.
and you would just be.
And
stuck.
my dad would be mad. He'd be like, I think I'm going to be able to get it out. Like, I'm going to break this radio to get this CD out. Like, these CDs are going to be worth something. No. My dad had like cases on cases of burnt CDs
there
where
was,
he'd
like-
make his own like burnt CDs. Like,
They can make a playlist.
right, make his own playlist CD.
I don't even know why the fuck they still come out with them.
Bro, come on.
I don't know either, honestly. Like, what do you play?
Like
a
I
CD
have
on?
a couple, but like
Who do you? But
Listen, bro, when the solar flare happens and all your drives get burnt, CDs, they'll be the only thing that stays around.
it's a good point, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if somebody look into if CDs will last through a solar flare, but I think they might. I think that's why they're still around.
yeah,
Yeah.
Records,
records
for sure.
will. That's why I have records.
Well, yeah, then it would for a
The
CD,
sun,
CD
the
is kind of
sun
same
flashes,
thing.
and my records are all fucked.
Oh,
What? The lines, they're gone.
That's what it'll be one day. Everyone will wake up and their phone won't work anymore, and you're just like, "What do I do?"
Well, not going to work. That's for sure.
I like how
That's for damn sure.
Derek just supported the CD production with the solar flare possibility.
Yeah, he's like, come on,
EMPs.
bro.
EMPs
I'm
are a
big
real
CD.
possibility right now.
I'm from
like,
Big CD, bro.
big CD.
He's here from Compact Disc.
He's a survivalist, bro. He's like, I'm gonna be making money off my CDs one day. You
Yeah,
guys
bro.
don't
Don't be
realize it.
hating on people burning CDs, dude. Okay.
He said, if CDs are gay, then I'm gay.
Yeah, I've got all the Beatles on CD, dude, and I burned it myself. No, I don't. I don't have that. I'm just kidding.
Dude, fucking Max had a shit ton of CDs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can listen to them in your car. I think they're more practical.
Yeah.
Max was like 15 though at the time. He didn't have a car.
No, he just had like a bunch of stuff. He just had like a bunch of music
Yeah, sure.
stuff.
He definitely didn't have a car.
But I gave him that little media player. It was like a record player, CD player thing, all in one type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was grateful.
He was grateful, dude.
Very nice.
Yeah, he hit me up a couple weeks ago.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Because he asked me if I saw that Death Grips was coming to Tulsa. I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, that'd be cool to see you there. He's like, yeah, dude, I bought a ticket already. I'll see you there.
Oh, he's
I was
going?
like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, bro. He's like, that's really cool. He's like, that was my first show I ever went to at the Canes. And I was like, hell yeah, man.
He went with us, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah, Death Grips is coming in July. Who wants to go to Death Grips in July?
I'm going,
Be
dude.
down.
I'm down.
At the
Yeah.
Canes.
You
Man,
want Death Grips?
The
I was
last time
gonna
I
go
went,
see-
I wasn't friends with anybody the last time I went, to be completely honest, except, did you go with me?
Yeah, it was me,
Yeah.
you, and Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a little bit of a panic attack and went outside, and we were like, "Okay, bro, have fun outside." And we kind of just stayed inside.
I remember you guys
Yeah.
telling me about that.
I feel like he was pissed off that we didn't go outside, but it's like, bro, it's not my fault that like you're a baby.
Yeah, we're here. We came to.
Don't be doxing people, man. Just you knew who we were talking about.
I didn't, bro.
You knew. Who we were
I only know
talking
this
about.
guy through you guys. I only ever hung out with him and let him put his toes up in front of me, in front of you. When
He
you
put his
guys-
toes up in front of you.
Dude, he always wore sandals with open toed. Every time I ever saw that dude, he'd bring like a bunch of weed to smoke in a time when we had to buy weed illegally, and it was always a good time.
Yeah, he would
he would always have his toes out right on the coffee table in front of you, just like Gene.
Gene, baby.
Like, it was like never a good time to see anybody's toes. Those are the two last people I'd want to see.
I'm gonna start calling you Cordox.
Yeah, poor dogs.
Yeah, Cordox people.
One time, tell him the story about going to his house and sniffing.
What?
Were you there for
Oh,
that?
dude, this guy showed up at house one time, and it was our friend's older brother had just fucking smelled the air. He did this. He goes, "Got cats, don't you?" With a shit-eating grin on his face, just basically being like, "Yeah, bro, your house smells like shit." Like,
Got cats, don't you?
this is the first time he ever came over. Just smelled the air. Just disrespectful as fuck.
So funny, bro.
It's like Ace Ventura. Shit.
Yeah.
Cat piss. Like,
You got cats, don't ya?
oh my god.
Dude, I think that's so funny. Like, honestly, that's one of the funniest things that I think is funny is being disrespectful. it's not funny, but it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd hate to be disrespected, but I'd
Yeah.
love to see someone disrespect someone else.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
But I love seeing somebody who's worthy of being disrespected be disrespected.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing better.
Absolutely.
There's nothing better than to see the disrespected be disrespected.
It's like seeing a video of a Karen just go off on the wrong person.
Yep.
And they just like logic and
Or like a white guy calls the black guy the N-word and you know he's getting beat up. You're like, did he deserve that?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, he deserved that.
absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I'll see like shit like that on Reddit, and then like you'll really find out how racist people are by their comments and what they say on that. It's like,
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Reddit
dude.
is an insane
Holy
place. Like
fuck.
that is probably like one of the best like
Well,
social
no,
apps to
you
be
can't
on.
put a name to a face, so everybody's the toughest guy ever.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
just the state of the internet in general now, bro.
Yeah, it's not just Reddit.
Everybody's the toughest guy ever, and everybody's the smartest fucking person ever.
I think
everybody's like lived 1,000 lives, and everybody's like been poor, and everybody's been rich, and
I think everybody could use a break from the internet for even just a couple
Yes,
weeks.
dude.
You know what I mean? If like I don't think people could function
Like, dude, I
without.
only-
There's certain
I-
people who base their personality on that kind of thing.
yeah, man.
I think
Like,
it'd be good for people.
it's
but
kind of
yeah.
silly to like sit there and like watch a girl on Snapchat or whatever post that she's going to the bar every night. It's like, you're not a happy person. Like,
Right,
everybody
absolutely.
sees right through that bullshit. Like, you're not the coolest fucking person in the world because you're a regular at the bar that in your hometown. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, that's not
But
cool shit.
1,000 people viewed my story. You don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. The solar flare, bro. I'm an advocate.
Oh,
yeah, but you know, EMP would be an insane thing for, like, just in general. Like, I feel like the military would end up just starting to kill us because they wouldn't have control, and they
Yeah,
would just
for sure.
try to control us with fear because they don't have a way to, you know, keep everybody in line.
Yeah.
What's next after that? What goes on after an EMP? You think it winds up
Oh,
like The
the-
Last of Us, where there's quarantine zones?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Things like that?
It's basically going to be like quarantine
I
zones.
don't even
Just
think it'll be an EMP, man. I think a legit solar flare will happen. The last one happened in 1859, and it fried all the telegraphs, and it fucking people were like running the telegraphs that were battery powered with no batteries, and they're like, "How the fuck is this happening?" And they were working just fine. And if that shit happened today, it would fry all of our fucking phones, all of our hard drives and shit. and we would lose a lot of data. I feel
Do you
like.
think the government has
like-
already a backup for when something like that's going to happen, so that they can have?
Well, so the government does have their own internet. It's called the SIPRnet, and it is a totally sectioned off, separate entire internet for government officials and employees, and they don't like to talk about it.
How long do we got? Huh? All right, dude, cut this.